Okay, entrepreneurship. What do people think about when they think about entrepreneur? In my opinion, I think about it as somebody that wants to make something for their own self. They don't have to go somewhere and necessarily get a job or build something off of something somebody else has already built. I think entrepreneur is somebody that is like a go getter that they have dreams for themselves and they really necessarily don't want much help. They want to do it on their own. They want to build something from the ground up for themselves, or go to a business that has something already and offer something that they don't have to make it better. So, but the definition for entrepreneurship is the process of connecting, founding businesses, ventures, or acquiring and expanding an existing business. Basically, that it says what I'm talking about. It doesn't really necessarily say that they're going to do something for themselves, but it says connecting businesses or acquiring a business of their own and building it up. So that's what I always think about when I think about an entrepreneur. Um, a good example of an entrepreneurship is my brother. He started his own restaurant. When he first started doing the entrepreneurship thing, he really didn't know where to start. He thought he didn't have his resources or anything, so he had to ask somebody that had already done it before. And once he figured it out, he knew it was going to take a lot of work and it was a lot of risk. And that's what entrepreneurship is about. I mean, it takes a lot of risk, and you don't know if you're going to get any reward. I mean, you could dump a lot of your money, a lot of your time and effort into it, and in the end, not get anything back in return. So it's a big risk, but if someone has a mindset and a goal set high enough to go after something like that, it's worth it, because in the end, it could profit a lot. I mean, being an entrepreneur, if you can become successful at it, you can make your own times that you want to be at work, hire who you want to hire. You can have time with your family, which I think is very important, which is why I think this is so interesting. I mean, if you can manage to succeed in doing something like this, you basically can make your own work schedule, which is, I think, is amazing. But anyway, with my brother, he started out. He had to work his way up jobs that he really didn't care to work, but get some money under him so he could start it. And he eventually got enough money under him to rent out a building that was on the water, and he was going to make a restaurant where boats could come up and get their food, and people could come from a car too. But he knew most of his business would come from the water. So he started out, rented a lot of snags, a lot of things with like utilities and stuff. But he kept going because he really had a dream for it, and it started panning out, and he started profiting, and he started making a lot of money, and it eventually built up to where everybody in my hometown knows where it's at. People that are from across the river that are nowhere near our hometown drive all the way across just so they can get some food there. And it's eventually become a very profitable business. And the reason he loves it so much is he only has to run it during the summer. When it's hot, that's when he gets most of his business off the boat. So he profits during the summer, builds it up, and then when winter comes, he closes it. Doesn't have to spend any of his profit on it. It's basically just a great summer business. And it took a lot to get into it, though. A lot of behind the scenes work to do it. My parents had to help. He had to take out loans. There's a lot of processing going into trying to just get this one little business started up. Very small business, but it was. I had to watch it unfold. I mean, I had doubts too. I didn't know if he was going to make it, but watching it unfold was really, really cool, because it really turned out for the best for him, and it turned into a great business. But another thing is with entrepreneurship, when you build something for yourself, you don't realize what competition you're getting into sometimes. When he created the business, all of his friends was basically who he got help from, ran restaurants in our town as well. So when he created his own business, he basically became their competition. And which I think in his case is beneficiary, because they're his friends, so they're really not competing. They're just technically competing for customers, but in the sense that they really are best friends, so it doesn't matter. So it was interesting to watch that too, because all the prices they made and all the the choices they made were based off of what the other businesses were doing. So competition between businesses and entrepreneurship is very interesting too, because you have to judge your decisions and stuff based off of what other businesses are doing. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. Another thing is having motivation. Now, I can be honest. When I watched him start doing that, I would if I would have been him, I probably wouldn't have been that motivated. It was tough because a lot of times he hit snags that were so bad that you're like, well, this really ain't worth it. Why would you keep going? He kept going, and like I said, he stuck it out. Eventually panned out for him. I really enjoyed, and I'm really glad he did that, because it's turned out to be a great place. And in closing, I believe entrepreneurship is a tough decision, tough choice. It's not for everybody. Definitely not for everybody. Some people are just not meant to do that. Some people don't have the mindset to do that. But I think if it's something you want that bad and something you want to put your mind forward to it, I think you can do it. Entrepreneurship is nothing. It's not a choice. It's more of a lifestyle. Once you do it, if you don't put everything you have into it, it's more likely not going to pan out for you. But if you do, you want it that bad, and you do enough homework, plan it out enough, it will pan out for you. You just have to keep at it. Thank you.